So not only was it very green, eminently green, clearly common sense, but it saved us a fortune. Once again, it's a great example of how doing the right thing actually puts money on the bottom line.
Super. We're here with Alan Rance, who's the Managing Director of Midas Pattern Company in Bedford. Alan, it's plastic-free July. We're in July, although yesterday it was like 1,000 degrees outside. Today it's not quite so sunny, but it is the summer. It's still nice and warm, and it's plastic-free July. Plastic-free July, it's a global initiative. It's the solution to plastic pollution, is what they're saying. And the aim of Plastic-Free July is cleaner streets, cleaner oceans, beautiful communities. And they have a very strong mantra, or kind of a clear-cut aim, that people should refuse single-use plastics. Now, we talked earlier about the Midas Green Initiative, and you underwent a series of different activities in there. Did single-use plastics come up in your thinking when you thought about the Midas Green Initiative?
Very early on, we obviously focused on carbon reduction. But what goes hand in hand with carbon reduction is environmentalism and being responsible. Single-use plastics are quite clearly a massive problem in today's society. I think currently we produce something like 460 million tonnes of recycling a year, which doesn't get recycled. It either gets burnt or stored or buried. And to me, for Midas to call itself a responsible plastics manufacturer, we had to negate single-use plastics immediately. So within a couple of months of beginning the process, we took away things like plastic cups in vending machines. I had a huge argument with our supplier. They were adamant that plastic cups were more green than paper cups. We agreed to disagree, and I got my paper cups. We particularly looked at packaging. We used to wrap our mouldings in bubble wrap. We used to use packing foam, and we used vinyl tape. We'd use polypropylene strapping. We never saw anything wrong with that. The second we decided to negate single-use plastics, we saw everything wrong with that. That led us to start producing all of our own packaging. You can see behind me, we have all different sorts of materials now that are all paper-based. I took the view that if we were going to send our cardboard for recycling at our local recycling centre, essentially what we had there was a free raw material. So why not get another use from it before it's recycled? So we invested in a cardboard shredder. We started to produce all of our own bulk fill in-house. We would shred our cardboard. We would add it into biodegradable bags and make our own packing pillows. That immediately negated the use of something like 50 large rolls of bubble wrap a month. So not only was it very green, eminently green, clearly common sense, but it saved us a fortune. Once again, it's a great example of how doing the right thing actually puts money on the bottom line.
Right.
Again, the two go hand in hand. So yes, stopping the use of single-use plastics was really important because it was the right thing to do. It sent out the right message, but it also assisted us in improving our bottom line.
So what would you say to someone now if they were talking about single-use plastics? Oh, I need to use them. You're saying really that there is an alternative. It's a demonstrable benefit to get rid of them, to stop using them. And so long as you take your team with you, you explain it clearly, and you've got those alternatives that work, there isn't a problem, is what you're saying.
My perspective is don't listen to the rhetoric. There will always be people that will have an alternative argument, whether that's because they believe they're right or they just like to play with devilment. The reality is, listen to your heart. What's your objective? Are you trying to be genuinely green, or are you pretending? If you're trying to be genuinely green, then do the right thing. Negate the need for single-use plastics. Use an alternative. Prove that you're following a recycling path that is auditable. I frequently visit our recycling company. I've been there several times. I look at what they do. I see how they segregate waste. I see how waste gets sent off for recycling or potentially used for refuse-derived fuel. It's very important you understand. You can't sit in your ivory tower thinking you know what's going on. You need to get out there, look and understand properly, and then do the right thing. And if you do, you'll make change happen that inspires other people. Now that can be just as easily your customer base, which is going to bring more business in, which is going to improve and enhance your business, as it is your workforce. inspire your staff, inspire your customers, inspire your supply chain. Change will then happen. It's incumbent on us all to make change happen as quickly as we can. The planet does not have time to waste.
Excellent. Thank you for that on single-use plastics. A very clear message, I think, on how it can work in a business. So if you're umming and ahhing, if you're dithering, stop dithering, just get on with it. That's the key thing.